Subscribe to Mac Studios on YouTube. Enjoy the show.
Hi guys, welcome to Bold, a University of St. Thomas show where we interview bold students and alumni. Today I have an incredible dynamic duo, Fernando Quintero and Jose Bolivar. Welcome to Bold.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Of course.
Well, my name is Jose Bolivar. I'm a UST alumni, graduating in 2014, and I'm currently an academics program manager for HISD Emerge.
Awesome.
My name's Fernando. I'm a computer science major here at UST. I'm a junior right now. I should be graduating in 2022.
Awesome. That's awesome. And Jose, how did you end up at St. Thomas?
Yeah, to be honest, I ended up at St. Thomas because my mom wanted me to attend at St. Thomas. I was planning to leave town, so I graduated from Side Springs High School. And my mom was like, you need to save choice, and my mind was set on moving to DC. But yeah, at the end of the day, St. Thomas ended up becoming the choice. So that's thanks to my mom, and she felt that I needed to have a good all Catholic education would be beneficial.
Awesome. And did you think that Catholic education worked out? Are you happy you came to St. Thomas?
At the beginning, I really was not, because it was shocking because I came from a big public school. So it was kind of weird at the beginning, but now as an alumni, I definitely benefited from a Catholic education, especially a center on liberal arts.
Awesome. And Fernando, let's talk about how you ended up at UST.
So I actually learned about UST from Mr. Bolivar when he was my high school teacher. He talked really highly about the programs at St. Thomas, especially the liberal arts stuff. And so he says he wasn't biased in pushing me to attend UST, but yeah, I'm glad I did.
Good. Okay, so your senior year, you're deciding where to go, what's your next step? And was Mr. Bolivar, was he you have to go to St. Thomas, or how did that work out?
No, so I met Mr. Bolivar in sophomore year.
You can call me Jose. I'm not that old, Fernando.
I met Jose in sophomore year of high school. And from then he had started planting the little seed in my head about going to St. Thomas. And so senior year I had another offer for another scholarship for A&M. But so it was eventually came down to choosing between A&M and St. Thomas. And I ended up choosing St. Thomas. Yeah, because it just kind of felt like the right thing at the moment to do, the right path. It just felt right. Yeah.
Awesome. And tell me more about the scholarship. What scholarship did you mention?
I'm at St. Thomas with the PNB Shifix scholarship. That's a full ride. That's tuition, books, and dorm. So it covers everything. I got that one. And actually, Jose was the one that told me about that scholarship, and he actually helped me prepare for the interview that they were doing. Yeah, he played a really big part in me getting the scholarship, so I'll always be thankful for that.
Oh, that's awesome. And Jose, you were also on that scholarship, correct?
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you, Fernando, for the nice words. I don't feel like I was helpful. I was just kind of there, right? I feel like the education that one receives at St. Thomas through the 4 years is really focused on service and how to make the world a better place. So after graduating from St. Thomas, I graduated with a finance and a business degree. I decided to join Teach for America. because I also was a recipient of the Shifix Scholarship, and I knew how the Shifix Scholarship totally changed my life and the life of my family, because now I had access to like a college education and a great college education. So I also wanted to do that as well. So after joining Teach for America, I was teaching in Denver, and then I decided to come back home, and I started teaching at the high school where Fernando was a student at. And that's how I met him my first year being a high school teacher. And it was like that first day whenever like you tell your story, right? You're like that corny teacher that always tells your story. Oh, this is what I did over the summer, whatever. That's how I kind of like introduced myself. And then I remember like Fernando staying behind a couple of days later and asking me a few questions about my time in St. Thomas and kind of the scholarship. And I feel like that's where everything began. But Fernando is and was an extraordinary student, very smart, very intelligent, and definitely have the values that we value here at St. Thomas.
Yeah, I agree.
And okay, so I love y'all's story. I think it's so like cool how like same scholarship and like Jose helped out Fernando. And Fernando, how do you feel like how this has impacted you? Like, do you feel like Jose was saying, like you're gonna give back and do service, or you know?
Yeah, so I've actually recently been thinking about, well, not recently, it's been like a year already, but I've been thinking about becoming a teacher myself too. I like to teach computer science, especially for like areas that don't teach computer science, like the high school I went to. I think it's like really important, and I feel like that'd be a great way for everything to come full circle, like at least for me.
No, definitely. And I think it's really important, computer science, because like that's like the future. Like everything is like digital now. And I actually took computer science in high school. Didn't do so well, but it's okay.
Kind of like, even though like I did study business and finance at St. Thomas, when I was Fernando's high school teacher, I was actually teaching writing and composition.
Yeah.
So it was definitely nothing like that I kind of major in, but it was just like the value of the liberal arts education that I received in Thomas, that I was able to teach writing, that I was able to teach composition, that I was able to teach units on philosophy, units on theology, and it was such a rewarding experience, and it was an experience not only to bring something, not only to the community that I grew up, right, but to also kind of like give back and help open the doors, because at the end of the day, like all one can do is try to open the door for someone else to come through. And I know that Fernando is thriving at UST.
You're thriving, Fernando, at UST?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I do feel like I belong here. Like I don't regret coming here. Like this feels like where I should have been.
Good. And okay, so Jose talks a lot about the liberal arts and how that impacted him and to help him become a teacher. How do you feel that liberal arts has like impacted you?
Okay, definitely philosophy is like huge. Like when we were when I was in high school, I was able to talk a lot about philosophy, because I mean it was a core requirement, so he knew a lot about that. And like since then I've always been like I've always liked reading stuff about philosophy, but like it's definitely changed my outlook on life. Like I can say that, because like at first when I was like starting out college, it was kind of like, oh, I need to get this big tech job, I need to make a lot of money for myself, and but now it's more like I'm in it for the like the collective, like I have a purpose. Like I'm not just gonna be like a little player in this huge tech industry. Like I can change lives by becoming a teacher or something like that.
Jose, how do you feel like hearing Fernando like want to be a teacher, literally be just like you? Well, not just like you, but like, you know what I mean? Like just like this full circle moment, and that you literally like, he said it himself, like it's changed his life and it's changed like his outlook on life. How do you feel like?
Yeah, so I mean, thinking about it, I'm not sure if I have changed his life. Maybe I have like impacted his life, But I think it's just kind of like the rewards of like the Shifix scholarship, right? And kind of like that fund that was provided for students like us, right? Like Fernando and like myself, that have been able to benefit from it and has been able to change our lives, right? Because of education, like I'm no longer like living in poverty, right? I grew up in poverty. My mom grew up in poverty. Her mother grew up in poverty. So it's generational poverty. And it was through the gift of education, the gift of knowledge, that I'm able to not only benefit from it and be out of the cycle of poverty, but also I'm able to kind of like give back and be a service to others. So kind of just thinking like I'm just a small player in kind of like the big world of it all. But I was very blessed to be able to have that opportunity to, I don't know, just being Fernando's teacher. And I just hope and pray that Fernando is going to impact definitely more lives and definitely change this world for the better, because we definitely need like leadership like Fernando's.
I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm also an education major, and I want to be a teacher. I want to be an elementary teacher, and because I want to be just like you, and I want to like impact my students.
And as Fernando says, right, like just receiving this valuable Catholic education rooted within the Basilian Fathers' values gives you some kind of purpose. And I feel like in our world right now, many people like do not have a purpose. And I am very grateful to be able to be here and to be able to say that, you know, St. Thomas allowed me to have a purpose and not to, you know, be like a deer in the headlights, right? After my graduation.
I love definitely hearing about your story. It's so interesting. Like I'll say, it's full purpose, and it's really awesome. Thank y'all so much for letting me talk to you.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, I'm wearing my UST sweatshirt, courtesy of George Kayla. So.
All right, this has been a bold podcast. Stay bold, my friends. Bye.
Bye.